Okay, let's start. This is going to be a long series. Okay, it's going to be a long series of presentation or webinar, whatever you call it. So the title of this series is called A Programmer's Point of View of the Evolution of Nvidia and AMD GPU Computing Systems and the related programming model. Throughout this series, what I'm going to do is that we are going to have a look at the evolution of the NVIDIA and AMD GPU computing systems. And we are going to try to understand how this kind of architectural evolution has affected the related programming model. And how all this have affected the way that the programmers have written codes for these kind of GPU computing systems. Okay, this is a long series, so I have decided to divide this series into sections. Section 1 is the review of computing systems without GPUs. We are going to have a look at the traditional CPU computing system without any GPUs. The way for me to do that before directly going to the GPU computing system is that GPU computing doesn't exist without the CPU, and the GPU depends on the CPU to function correctly. So, and the third reason is that the GPU computing doesn't reinvent the wheels. It has reused the basic concept and ideas of the CPU computing. So the way for us to go through this kind of CPU computing is to have the basic for understand the evolution of the GPU computing. And then section 2, what we are going to do is that we are going to try to understand why we are going to use this kind of GPU computing and how to program GPUs. Now, in generally, how to program this kind of GPUs. In section 3, we are going to go GPU computing. And we are going to start with the GPU computing systems with GPUs in the form factor of PCIe adapters. And that's the starting point of the GPU computing because there's Nvidia who had bravely started this kind of GPU computing more than a decade ago. And then we are going to have a look at the GPU computing systems with Nvidia SXM module or the AMD OAM modules. From section 3 to section 4, there is no revolution. There are architectural evolutions. So, but things are moving forward. Then we are going to have a look of the GPU computing systems with Grace Hopper or Grace Blackwell, or the AMD APU MI300A. So I think the golden age of GPU computing starts with section 5, because here we don't only have architectural evolutions, we have some kind of, let's say, architectural revolutions. Now, maybe it's not so important, but maybe the word is too big for this kind of evolution, but there's something we really need to understand. And then section 6, we are going to have a look of the GPU computing systems with NVL 72. Okay, so we are going to go through these 6 sections. This is the introduction of this series of presentations or the series of webinars. If you like, you can just check my channel, and I'm going to update the content regularly or not regularly. Thank you for your time.